Hello everyone, Jinx here, one of the Monster Hunter math guys. Okay, so as you probably already know, I have been streaming the entire Iceborne story playthrough live on YouTube. And pretty much every single time I do a hunt, someone in chat asks me what my set is. So here's a video talking about exactly what this set is, A, because it is the best set you can put together right after completing the story, and B, so I can actually play the game during stream. But before that, real quick reminder, we do have a Twitter where we do post updates about videos and things that interest us, and Tuna does have a Twitch where he does stream almost every single day. And when this video does go live, he will be live on Twitch, so be sure to check him out at twitch.tv/tunataco. Alright, let's talk about this set, but also, quick reminder, there will be some minor spoilers here. I'm going to try my best not to spoil too much, but I do have to talk about what the armor pieces are, when you get them, and when you can get the improvements, so if you don't want to see that, click off. Okay, so this set is basically a classic Master's Touch meta set. This is also the template meta set for any raw weapon in the game until you hit Master Rank 70. This set actually gets very close to the old meta Hemoth sets in terms of skill efficiency. So first up, the weapon is going to be the Shara Ishvalda weapon, the final boss weapon. The Shara Ishvalda weapons are currently considered the best non-elemental boost raw weapons in the game. And of course you can get this as soon as you beat the final boss and farm her up a few times. As for why this is the best non-elemental boost raw weapon, it's because the other competitors all have big disadvantages you can't compensate for properly. For example, the acidic loudness weapons get 10 more true raw, however they lose both of those slots and they only get a tiny sliver of purple only at handicraft 5. Because weakness exploit is not as reliable as it used to be, only running a tiny sliver of handicraft with Master's Touch isn't very reliable. And as for the Tigrex, Brute Tigrex, and Diablos versions, they do get 10 more true raw, but they all have very low affinity, and also some of them don't even get purple sharpness, or they only get a tiny bit. Because Max Might is no longer realistic to run without using the limit break to get level 5 of it, which you cannot do while also using Master's Touch, they don't work for these sets. There's just not enough affinity sources in the game now to really make heavy negative affinity weapons work. Now there are 2 more contenders for best raw weapon in the game, but you do not get access to those until MR70 and MR100. I'm trying to keep the spoilers to a minimum here, so I won't say what weapons those are for the moment. But until you get that far into post-credits, you will be using the Shara Ishvalda weapon for pretty much every single raw weapon in the game. Now, I do want to pull out a full farming strategy guide covering how to get the rare parts from Shara Ishvalda, but let's just briefly cover the basics. The issue with farming Shara Ishvalda is that she is a temporary quest. She works exactly the same as Zora Magdaros or Xeno'jiiva works in high rank. She appears randomly when you're doing quest rotations and only appears for 2 quests. Now, all the materials for the Shara weapons you can get off of 1 or 2 runs, except the tender plates and gems are rather rare. But for the gem, you can just meld a Celestial Wyverian ticket, and it seems now that every single week you can get a Celestial Wyverian ticket for free and guaranteed just by overdriving the Steamworks that one time per week. But now, for the tender plates, it seems that tender plate drop rates just from killing Shara are pretty low. And because she only shows up occasionally, you don't get that many opportunities to fight her. Now, one simple option is just to find SOS quests. There is always at least like 5 to 10 Shara Ishvalda SOSs going on, so just hop in, help kill her, and get your parts. But now, the easiest way to get these tender plates and gems, but something that is rather difficult to do in SOS, is to break her head twice. And yes, you can break her head twice. The second head break causes her scalp to fall off. This scalp gives you 2 carves, and every carve is guaranteed to either be a tender plate or a gem. This means depending on your gem RNG, it is entirely possible for you to get all the materials to make a final version of a Shara weapon in a single quest. However, the pop break HP for the second head break is insanely high. Pretty much every time I've run against Shara, I focus her head almost exclusively. And then when I break her head, she dies like 1k damage later. Like I said, I'm working on a full strategy guide on how to farm the scalp breaks off of Shara, but in the meantime, run Pop Breaker 3 and try to drop the rocks on her head. Anyway, back to the build. With Handicraft 5, you have 30 units of purple sharpness. Purple Sharpness is a 1.39 damage multiplier for raw, which puts it at a 5.3% damage increase over White Sharpness. This is not that huge, which is why purple sharpness isn't very sought after in Iceborne. However, combine it with non-elemental boost, the 280 true raw on this weapon, and the 2 level 1 slots, and you can get some really juicy EFR numbers on this weapon. Now, the rest of the armor pieces on here are of course the Teostra Beta head, arms, and waist to get Master's Touch, and they're all also fairly efficient pieces. The waist is by far the worst piece out of these 3, but the chest and leg slot are made up by much more efficient pieces of armor. Speaking of which, the Carrion Jacket Alpha is the chest you want to run for the moment. This gets replaced at HR 70, but it's very good for the moment. Now, the reason why we run the Alpha set is because the difference between the Alpha and Beta set is that if you run Alpha, you get a crit eye, but you downgrade a level 4 deco to a level 3 deco. Now, because our level 3 deco slots are made up by Agitator, Critical Boost, Handicraft, Elementless, and Tenderizer, so in order for your efficiency to match with the Carrion Jacket Beta, you would have to have either a Critical Boost, Handicraft, Agitator, Elementless, or Tenderizer mixed with an attack boost or crit eye. And as I covered in our recent video talking about all the level 4 decos, none of those exist. Alternatively, if you did have the double attack boost level 4 deco, you could slot that in and it would be equivalent in terms of efficiency. But that deco is exceedingly rare. And again, that only matches the efficiency, it does not make it better. So yeah, run the Alpha jacket. Also, quick note, this jacket is pretty much the replaceable piece of this set. So, for example, with Greatsword, you generally run the Damascus chest on this, you can get Focus 2. Alternatively, if you don't have handicraft decorations, you can use the Kashala chest instead. This basically trades out the Divine Blessing for not needing any handicraft decorations. Technically, the Kushala chest would be better if either Agitator, Critical, Handicraft, Elementalist, or Tenderizer plus Attack Boost or Critical Eye decos existed, but they don't. So equivalent efficiency, you just lose a Divine Blessing, but you don't have to have 2 Handicraft decos. Now you may be wondering, how do I get Master Rank Carrion and Teostra to farm? Well, these are actually farmable before you even get to the final boss of the story. However, in order to access them, you have to find investigations for them. You do this by going to their respective locales and picking up tracks and breaking monster parts in that area until you just happen to luck into one of the investigations. I say luck into, but I have terrible RNG and I have gone buckets of investigations for both of these, so it doesn't take that long if you just go around picking up tracks. Next up, the Garuga Greaves. So you will see these a lot. I guarantee you will see them in almost every single meta set. The reason behind this being is that they're basically the Draken arms of Iceborne. They have 2 crit eye, a level 4 deco, and 2 level 2 decos. They are insanely, disgustingly efficient. And also, many hunters will find them visually appealing. But they are the single best armor piece we've seen in the game so far for damage loadouts. Now, Garuga you can get access to pretty much right after storing once you enter the Guiding Lands. You have to make the Ancient Forest area of the Guiding Lands level 3 to unlock Garuga. And you improve the Guiding Lands level by picking up tracks and hunting and breaking parts on monsters that have the Ancient Forest attached to them in the expedition. Immediately after completing Master Rank, hunting Garuga for these leg pieces should be your #1 priority. Now the charm is a Handicraft 3 charm. Yes, there is an upgrade to this, the Handicraft 4 charm, but no, you do not get access to this until very late into post-story. So at least for the moment, you're going to have to just use a Handicraft 3 charm with 2 Handicraft decos. All in all, this set gets you Critical Eye 7, Handicraft 5, Attack Boost 4, Crit Boost 3, Weakness Exploit 3, along with Agitator and non-elemental boosts. And of course, Master's Touch. The Blast Attack, Heat Guard, Latent Power, and Divine Blessing are all side effect skills. But as far as side effect skills go, Divine Blessing ain't bad, and Latent Power probably will trigger at least once per hunt. And of course, if you have any Attack Deco, Critical Deco, Handicraft Deco, or Agitated Deco combination decos, you can just slot them into level 4 slots for a few extra free quality of life skills. Not bad. But as per tradition, my RNG is terrible, and the only Attack Deco combination I've gone so far is a Stone Thrower, so I get 5 extra stones whenever I pick up stones in the wild. Yay! Now, between Weakness Exploit 3, Critical Eye 7, Attack Boost 5, and Agitator being active basically 100% of the time against Master Rank monsters, this puts you at 80% affinity against non-softened weak points and 100% affinity against softened weak points. With 30 units of Purple Sharpness as well as Master's Touch, you're gonna have a hard time running out of Purple Sharpness before a monster transitions or just dies. But now for the real question, how hard does this set actually hit? Well, Honey is still working on getting all of the Iceborne data into the builder, so let's just do some old school spreadsheet manual calculations. So between the 280 base true raw, the non-elemental boost adding another 14, all the standard attack buffs as well as attack boost 4 and agitator 1, we hit 367 total true raw. 100% affinity with agitator active, a 1.4 times crit boost multiplier, 1.39 raw multiplier for purple sharpness puts us at a total of 714.18 EFR. That is insanely huge. Compared to the Ruin pre-Iceborne set we had in our sets for pre-Iceborne, that's a 30.56% increase in EFR. Not too shabby. But yeah, that's pretty much the set. You'll be using this until MR70 if you're using raw weapons. At that point, this set does get a direct upgrade in the chest piece, and there are a few other competitive sets. Either way, thank you all so much for checking out the video. And maybe now you can stop asking what my set is on stream. If you enjoyed the video and you like the build, be sure to like the video and let us know in a comment what you think of it. Thank you as always to Honey over at honeyhunterworld.com. She is working very hard right now to get all of the new information into the builder, so be sure to go show her some love. And of course, we have a very active Discord server, the Mathlos Nest, and we do have specific channels set up for Iceborne spoilers where everyone is talking everyone's ear off. We do also have our Twitter where we post updates about videos and just various things that interest us, and Tuna does have a Twitch where he streams almost every single day, both for Monster Hunter World and various other games. And last but definitely not least, we could not do any of this without the generosity of our patrons. No new patrons since the last video, but regardless, I want to thank you guys so much for the support. Money aside, it is just so encouraging to see so many of you supporting us in our endeavors. This is not an easy job at times, but you definitely help encourage us to keep doing our best. Alright, that is it for this video. We are still working on putting together and figuring out what all of the different meta options might be. And we are looking to try to upload a video around once a day right now since there is just so much Iceborne content to cover. So be sure to hit the subscribe button on the left side of the screen here, and make sure you also click the notification bell, because then YouTube will let you know when we post our videos. If you just hit subscribe, you're basically telling YouTube, hey, recommend videos like this to me, but don't tell me when these videos come out. Yeah! Happy hunting, hunters. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!